Hello, it's Michelle Crawford here. Just going live today. I thought I would say hi to the people and share with you something cool. Okay, here, I want you to see this. What's that? It's an EVO. Can you see me? No, you can't. Hold on. Here we go. Let's see if we can get the shot of what's on my table and me. One sec. Could have done this before I started, but I didn't. So there we are. All right. Hi. It's Michelle Crawford here, just hanging out, and I wanted to tell you a little story about this device right here. This is the Vape Exhale Evo, one of my very first vaporizers that I totally loved. And I still have one. I had bought two actually. I gave one to my son, and I kept mine for so long. The things that have taken its place in my life are the likes of the Stores and Bickle Volcano and the Mighty, also by Stores and Bickle, and the Mighty Plus. So this Vape XL Evo spoiled my butt. I mean, I will tell you that right now. I was spoiled by it, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. So welcome to the channel. I'm Michelle Crawford, and if you like this hoodie, please go ahead and rep your state of mind at repyourstateofmind.com, where you can find this awesome design in like 4 colors in every state in America and province in Canada. Join my friends in BC, OH, NY, CA, and all over UT, Idaho, even. And go rep your state of mind at repyourstateofmind.com today. All right. Well, so this Evo here is actually not my original Evo. It turns out my Evo was broken. And the terrible thing about that is that I didn't even realize it. I had met a guy on Instagram who the two of us had purchased Evos a while back, and he had moved on to the Flower Pot by Cannabis Hardware, and was looking for a new home for his Evo. So he sent it to live with Auntie Michelle out here on the vape farm, so it could have its best life ever. And it was just very lucky because my Evo had broken. If you guys don't know about this device, it's really cool. It was designed by Sabo Shen and marketed under the Vape Exhale brand for a long time. A Bay Area favorite and personal hero for me. Plus, I love this device. And getting this new one in the mail from my friend on Instagram, traded him a POTV one, a Planet of the Vapes one. If you are shopping for vaporizers, Planet of the Vapes is already right now, today, it's March 2023, doing its 420 sale. As a matter of fact, after this, I should probably make a video going through what's on sale at Planet of the Vapes, my #1 most recommended online retailer of dryer vaporizers. Check my channel. I have plenty of dryer vaporizing content here on every vape in my collection, as well as my favorites. This is a favorite, an oldie but a goodie. It's made of glass on the inside, and that's what constantly would break. So they're not in business anymore. They were going to come out with this new Evo called the Petra that had a cool design with handles all around it, but they did not come out with that. And unfortunately, the business ended. Before they did, they sent me this awesome recycler that I'm going to use today. And now that the Evo is hot, ready, well, it's green inside. See that green color? When it's not ready, it's a red color. It has analog heat adjustments and an on-off button. Couldn't be simpler. It's very light. I can tell already that I'm going to need to replace this little neoprene sleeve. I grabbed mine. This is an original Monkey King neoprene sleeve, and this is the updated with the sort of temperature guide around it neoprene sleeve. And the real crucial feature, I mean, this doesn't even matter. This vape, you can't even get it anymore. I don't even know why I'm telling you this, but the crucial feature here is you see how I'm like lifting it up and it's slipping up, and the only reason why it's not coming off is because of the plug right there is keeping this on. But this one has a little Velcro belt on the bottom to keep it safely in there. So anytime you're using vapes that have like wraparounds on them, that Da Vinci is one that I can think of. Micro comes with a silicone wraparound because its stainless steel body gets hot. You do have to worry about slippage. So I'm going to change that one out when I get the chance. Okay. So what I thought I would do is, oh God, it's dusty. It's been sitting kind of up on my shelf looking pretty for too long and got dusty instead of getting used and being pretty because I didn't really have an Evo to use it with, but now I do. So my husband and I grabbed the Evo and gave it a test run the other night, and boy, I had forgotten how delicious and flavorful an all glass pathway can be. I mean, it was so good. And I think this recycler requires like a really decent amount of water to really get the water flowing through it. Not only does it have to hit that perk at the bottom, but then it has to flow through these handles, which I'll show you later. This is easily my most fancy piece. I don't really have a lot of glass. This, by far, probably my most fancy piece. Let's give it a little bit of a pull and see if it recycles. Not really. Let's give it a little bit more water. Speaking of water, it's raining like crazy here in California. If you haven't seen California weather, super rainy. I know everywhere else in the world. You guys are probably like, finally, suffer California. Can't have good weather and sunshine forever. And you're right. We're getting it. We're getting it. I've heard the weather is unseasonably warm in the East Coast. We've got storms places. Kind of interesting, peeps. Okay. So we have to make a little bit of blend of what we're going to vape. We have to do some engineering of this rig here because in order for this to work, what used to happen is you would grab like a different kind of glass piece that it came with called a precision microbong or whatever, microbong, and it went on top like this and you could vape from it. But I don't know where any of mine of those are, so I'm going to need to use this adapter. So here we go. This is a silicone tube with an 18 mil like cap on one end and actually the same size on the other end because that is what it took to make this system occur. Okay, there we go. It's working. And how this works is you use these things called easy loading baskets. You need to grind your cannabis. And I have a few varieties right here with me. I'm going to make like what I call a trifecta blend, which is going to be 3 different cannabinoids. So we have some CBG here from Dreamland Organics. Let's see if we can get light on that or focus on it. Nope, not happening. Too much light. Anyway, Dreamland Organics grows a wonderful CBG strain called Lavender. Really love the smell of that. And then I have from a little bit of CBD Bubba Kush here that is from Sacred Smoke Herbals. And then I have some homegrown blueberry muffin here for the THC. So we have CBG represented by the lavender. I'm going to throw a little bit of CBD in the mix here and THC from my homegrown flowers. So if any of you are taking a little break right now and want to bust out your EVOs, your nostalgic EVOs, let me know, right? I don't know. How about, these are like small, so they're very tiny. Just going to grab a couple of those. I like to do a blend of cannabinoids because I think it's better for your health. Studies are constantly finding that our bodies use the cannabinoids in different and varying ways that, according to our own needs and according to what's going on with each of us. Your endocannabinoid system is unique, like a snowflake, and so is mine. And so we can't just have, the same medicine for everybody. And the truth is, the entourage effect is also what we're talking about here, wherein like mixing what they call whole plant medicine, where they're talking about just like one cannabis plant instead of just extracting out the THC of it, like we do for so many pharmaceuticals. We extract out like one molecule. We use that for medicine to attack a specific, specified, FDA-approved disease. And we don't just think about like, let food be thy medicine, let general nutrition be thy medicine, let the entourage effect, be how you are consuming your cannabis. So typically that just involves one strain, but I would like to submit to you the idea of blending cannabinoids because it's better. I think that, especially in the recreational market, we have cannabis with up to 20% or more THC, very common to find. And I think that even though the plant is definitely capable of expressing that much THC, that much THC takes the place of all the other 150, 200 cannabinoids that it could be expressing. How to overcome this? Grab your THC cannabis and mix it with some CBD cannabis and some CBG cannabis. And where do you get that? Like I said, I like Dreamland Organics. I think you can save 10% off with code CannaCurious. And I also like Horn Creek Hemp is some place that I generally tell my students to go to buy cannabis. Let's fill our easy loading basket, and I'll show you exactly how to use the now unavailable Vape Exhale EVO. And the truth is, this thing was so handy for me. It's quiet. It's not, it doesn't make any flashing lights. I'm irritated with the Stores and Bickle Volcano because it has flashing lights. It's loud and the bags are so crinkly. So you pop that in the top right there. I'd have it on, like 12 noon in terms of where it is with heat. And I'm going to see how this goes. Here we go. Cheers to you, everyone. Excuse me. That was taking a lot of lung power, and I don't have a ton. I don't know if I have something wrong in my system here, but it's like definitely. A hard pull. All right, let me see. Maybe a little bit more water would help because I'm not getting the recycling motion that I want here. Let's see if we can get it to recycle. There is an art to adding, water to your pieces to have the right motion that the design is called for. Okay, see? So much better. All right, let's do this again. It's delicious too. What's great about all glass, well, I guess there's some silicone involved here, but it's surgical grade, is the flavor. Right? Oh my gosh, you guys have no idea. This tastes so good. And what really convinced me about the Vape Exhale EVO when I first got it was the safety of using it. It's electric and it doesn't have any fire involved. So that's great. Safer for me. I have, kids and stuff. So that's not so great to have all this, fire everywhere. And you know how many people have cigarettes in the bed. And, that's the number one statistic, right? The other thing is the like sustainability of your cannabis usage. Like you will use far less. They even have like a calculator. You will save so much money by dry herb vaporizing. So even if you can't get an EVO, what I'm really going to encourage you to do is go check out Planet of the Vapes and shop for a new vaporizer, a dry herb vaporizer. Give it a try. If you're one of these Reddit people, go on Reddit and find out about how awesome dry herb vaporizing really is. You can save money by doing this. You can really save your lungs from the toxicity of smoke. Just smoke itself. I'm not like down on smoking, but smoke itself is less healthy for your lungs than vapor, and air is more healthy for your lungs than vapor, right? So give your lungs a break and grab a dry herb vaporizer. And then there's the cost savings on flower. So if you're like me and you grow your own flower, I mean, my God, you can be a cannabis enthusiast for a lot less money than $300 an ounce that I'm hearing is like New York dispensary prices, New Jersey. I talked to a lot of friends across the country. What's the price of an ounce in Ohio? What's the price of an ounce in, New York and New Jersey and Massachusetts and everything? I mean, out here in California, you can be really low around like 90, but it's typically around 150. And then you can have kind of expensive things around $300 or what have you. So yeah, the sustainability of using a dry herb vaporizer, it's healthier for your lungs. It's cheaper for, you for your consumption of cannabis. And if you have to pay for every piece of it, you're going to really, really get more out of it this way. And then the last thing is that this cannabis that's in here, it's not burnt up. It's not ashes at the end. It's called already been vape or ABV. ABV cannabis, you can eat it. It's decarboxylated, which is to say activated. So you can get the benefit of THC, CBD, and CBG, and all of those cannabinoids, the neutral activated ones. If you go ahead and either use your ABV to eat, you can put it in a little bit of alcohol and make a sort of tincture out of it. You could put it in some oil or butter and make a can of butter or a can of oil out of it. It won't be as strong as if you use your unvaped flower, but it's fast, easy, and a way for you to get the absolute most out of your cannabis if you have to purchase it and it is dear to you. To me, I am with my eyes, I can see like almost like pounds of cannabis around me here because I grow it at my house. But if that wasn't the case, then I would be always recommending, the more cost-effective ways of consuming cannabis to you. which is one of them if you're into inhalation, dry, or vaporizing. Pretty cool, huh? I mean, this is kind of a fancy rig, all special and everything, and there's a lot of tubing involved here. But if you've ever seen anybody, trying to make things work with different pieces and different vaporizers, that's the way of it. I was happy to share with that person from my collection. I had to come down here to the vape vault and look around for something to exchange this rad EVO for. And I found, like I said, the POTV one, the Planet of the Vapes one, which is a super awesome convection beginner friendly vape about this big. And right now at the 420 sale, it's under $80. It's $79. Normally it's under 100. And like my number one most recommended beginner vape from my number one most recommended retailer of dryer vaporizers online, Planet of the Vapes. And right now during their 420 sale, you can definitely take advantage of those low prices for such a quality item. I also included a water piece adapter, WPA, which is a little glass piece, kind of like this one, that goes into any kind of water piece that you have, and then the POTV one goes on top of that. You can do this with almost any portable dry herb vaporizer. If you really love glass pieces, but you kind of want to switch over to dry herb vaporizing, and you think that it might not work, get a water piece adapter, a WPA. They have them for all the most popular vaporizers, and it's a little piece that you can put onto your vaporizer or onto your glass piece that will allow them to connect and for you to your heart's content with your vaporizer. I so highly recommend a convection vape for this, because the airflow through convection, causing it to vaporize your cannabis for you is the exact right free flowing motion that you're looking for, the kind of draw that you're looking for. That's not like sucking up through a milkshake straw, right? And the Planet of the Vapes one is a very wonderful convection vape in a tiny form factor with a tiny price. The other, I think, most popular portable vape that is cheaper than the most expensive one, which is the Mighty Plus, which I recommend the most. But that's it's right now on sale there. But normally it's like an over $300 vape that only if you really want it, you should buy it. But it is the best. A lot of people love the packs. I'm not a super huge packs fan. I had one, but it is like a conduction vape, so the walls heat. And it isn't so great for action like this, where you want to draw a lot of air through it, like quickly, and make it go through a bong. Like it can. And there is a water pipe adapter for it. Many actually off brand, even specialty made ones. I just never loved it. I love convection. The whole like free flowing draw is where I'm at with it. I don't like to feel like it's tight at all. So when it comes to like hooking up to another piece like this, it's not my number one favorite. So all of these vapes, the Planet of the Vapes one, this oldie but a goodie that you can't get anymore. If you really love a desktop vape, I have a Volcano Hybrid upstairs in my kitchen. It uses a bag or a whip system. A whip system's like this, like you go directly through a tube, kind of hookah style. And the whip system you can adapt to, a water piece if you want. I guess I'm kind of focusing on like water piece things, because this guy, the Vape Exhale EVO, not only did they tout in their marketing like the taste, the amazing like affordability of using your cannabis this way instead of burning it and combusting it, the health benefit to your lungs, but they also talked a lot, Sabo Shan would also talk a lot about the water conditioning. And as a younger person, I always liked a bong over, say, like a joint or a pipe, and the water conditioning was always my favorite. So yeah, water conditioning is lovely. Another feature of the EVO that is a little bit hard to get on other desktop vapes. The IQ is another one that's very inexpensive and has a ton of adapters, also convection. And let's see. I don't really have a lot of experience with other desktop vapes, unfortunately. So here we are, just a little bit of a moment of nostalgia with our EVO. Thanks for sharing it with me. Let's do one last puff. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you have a rad day. Hey, like I said, I sell Rep Your State of Mind sweatshirts now. If you love this design and you want to rep this look in, maybe a black hoodie with a green leaf, maybe your state is not my state, but you think it's important to represent your cannabis lifestyle positively in your state, come and get a hoodie. I'll be coming out with more items. Go check it out. And if you're interested in learning homemade health, how to DIY with multi-cannabinoids, like I was talking about here, CBD, CBG, and THC together for the most benefit, I have a class called Homemade Health. And it's so exciting. I've been teaching it for about a year. And in it, you learn how to make tinctures, which are oil based oral medicines, topicals, which are oil based skin medicines. Suppositories are included in that. Very important cannabis medicine that a lot of people are interested in. And you also learn how to make your own concentrates with the Source Turbo by Extract Craft, an awesome machine that, again, helps you live this sustainable cannabis lifestyle because it helps you make concentrates, which are the basis of almost anything infused that you ever want to make in cannabis. You can make it with easily and simply with a concentrate, something I teach in my class. And then I teach you how to make your own concentrates with this super reliable machine. I love my cannabis gadgets, can't you tell? The Extract Craft by Source Turbo, the Source Turbo by Extract Craft. It is a cool machine that allows you to make cannabis extract, full extract cannabis oil, or RSO. These are all names for the same thing. And while you're doing it, it's happening under a vacuum at a low temperature that will not decarboxylate if you wanted to make an acidic cannabis extract. Your extract, and allows you to recover the alcohol that you're using. You use food grade, like 190 proof ethanol alcohol that is extremely efficient and extremely safe. And then you get to recover over 90% of it to use again. Let me explain to you that is incredibly cost savings. If you want to make cannabis medicine on a regular basis, I really recommend you empower yourself with learning about this machine. And if you want to be in a community where people are using these machines to make cannabis topicals, tinctures, salves, and all that stuff, join me at Homemade Health. You can learn all about it at my website, cannacuriouscoaching.com. Links are below. Thanks so much for joining me again today for this live, love session on my EVO that I used to have and I have now again. I wish you could have one. And if anybody out there knows where I can get like a little hydro bomb, whatever, the little glass pieces that they used to sell for them, let me know. I would kind of need a new one, as you can tell. All right, everybody. Thanks again. Bye.